Resilience by Neil Scott. My teacher taught me to be resilient today. I fell and I cried and I was embarrassed she saw me. But my teacher said, life can be like that. Just pick yourself up and get on with it. It started out an ordinary day. I had to get to school. Dad had come round to the flat last night. My ma and Dad are not living in the same house. Ma's nerves are bad. Dad makes them bad. Me and Ian had been out looking for Ma. She goes out sometimes and forgets we can't get in. Somebody grasped and my dad came round and hit the door though. Ma was in the house after all. But she'd had some of her medicine and hadn't heard us. Dad shouted at her that he couldn't have the Waynes coming round to this in case he was reported to the social, and Ma flew at him with a bottle. Ian gets all upset when they fly at each other. I tell him to get behind the couch and get down. Dad caught the bottle on the arm and told her that if she did that again he'd cut her. She said if he didn't get the bleep out, she'd have the police onto him. He just said, keep them Waynes off the street at this time of night or I'll have you seen to. He had her seen to one night outside the flat. That old woman at 9B came out and pelted the guys with clothes pegs and that, like that could help. But they ran away. And she brought Ma into her house. It was a really nice house, warm with lights. Ma was in some state, and they guys had taken her bottle. After she was fixed up, Ma and us went back to our flat, and Ma told us never to speak to that nosy old buddy again. When Dad went back out of the flat, Ma gave me a leathering. Why the bleep did you go to that, Bam? She shouted. I say bleep because I don't like bad words. Ma and Dad say them all the time. They fly like broken bottles across the street from their gobs when they see each other. After she leathered me, I don't cry because that can make it worser. She told me she was sorry and things were bad and that it was a pretty wee thing. Her wee Nora. Anyways, Ian and me, we went and slept in the same mattress in the other room. We've a duvet each, and we can share. I don't sleep all through the night. Sometimes it's because Ma is singing and dancing after her medicine. Sometimes it's just because I'm listening out for Dad. I woke just when the light was starting, and I crept through to see where Ma was. She wasn't in the flat. Our flat isn't warm. It isn't light. Sometimes people in school talk about when they get up and go out of bed and they get their breakfast from their ma and they have a shower and stuff. Our ma isn't like that. We do get showers, especially when the social worker is coming. But Ma hasn't been good in the past weeks. She gets the depression. The water is cold and I make Ian wash his oxters and face and horns. Ian is older than me, but he has special needs. Or the depression. They seem the same to me. Our school uniform isn't in the flat. And I know what Ma has done. She's done it before and promised not to. The social will be ruined later because the only thing I have to go to school in is a pair of shorts and a vest. Ian has a ripped pair of jeans and a Power Rangers pyjama top. She mustn't have been able to fit her welly boots into the plastic bag last night. Or maybe people don't want to buy wellies. She calls it robbing Peter to pay Paul. Paul must be the skinny man who she gets her medicine from. When we're leaving, I leave the door on the latch. Ma might not have remembered her key, and if she has a lot of medicine in somebody else's house, she might not be home to the morrow. The school isn't too far. I don't know the time, but I know when the morning rolls are being delivered to Detsy's. It's near breakfast club time. When we get to the school, Charlie, the breakfast club guy, said, "Yous must be freezing," and he gets his uniform, socks and trainers. People in the school give them in when they're too wee for them. He lets me choose, and I choose the ones that look the oldest, so Ma won't try and sell them again. Breakfast club is great. Walking in here, into this big new building, with its big hall and light and warm and things to do, is like sunrise. It's like when I had a torch and I was able to light our room one night when it was scary. This place is the only place my forehead doesn't feel tight. Sometimes I feel so happy here. I get a bit out of control and the teachers shout at me. But it's no like Da or Ma shouting. It's safe shouting. One of the times I do feel bad is when people are getting points for bringing in their homework. I never have mine's done. I can't do it. I don't have time. You don't get told off for not doing it, but it's like one of Ma's slaps when Kylie Loft gets points. She's horrible. She wouldn't give me a share of her big bag of Doritos last Tuesday, even when she gave Maisie, Tina and Mohammed some when we were playing tag, because she says, Nora never shares anything. I wish I did have some stuff to share. I feel bad when it's my birthday and the teachers sing happy birthday, because I never have a cake or sweets to give the class. Our teacher is nice, but I wish she'd stop giving points for things my mum and dad can't do, like best costume on World Book Day, or for wearing all your uniform, or for healthy snacks or home learning projects. I don't mind people getting points, I suppose, but all them projects are mostly done by people's ma's. Their ma hasn't got the health my ma has. I can never get points, and that's like a punch in the stomach sometimes. The school dinners are best. I pretend I hate them like Tina does. I know Tina loves them like me. Where'd you get food like that? It's all different colours. Things you don't get normally in the chippy or out a tin. Mr. Singh behind the counter likes me. He gives me extra stuff and winks. Anyways, after lunch, it was going to be circle time. I like afternoons and all, but I get a wee bit sad because I know it's nearly time for him, and I know it will be cold, and I know my mum wouldn't be there. And sometimes I get angry at my friends because they have no Ian to look after, or Ma to clean, or Dad to hide from. And on the way to the stairs in class, I tripped and I fell, and I didn't want to get up. I wanted Mrs. Madigan, the classroom assistant, to pick me up and give me a wee cuddle and tell me things would be all right. Mrs. Madigan says we have a jar that you have inside of you, and it should be filled with cuddles and love. And when you feel sad, you can use one of the cuddles and the pieces of love from your jar to keep you going. But our teacher came back just before Mrs. Madigan and told me to get up and taught me resilience. Resilience is when you pick yourself up and brush yourself down and start all over again, so my teacher says. I count the cuddles and love going into my jar. I don't have much in there, but when I get them, I clamp the lid down tight and I remember them and I remember them, because I know that one day Ian and me might need them.